This aquatic center is going to really blow anything else out of the water, just seeing all that it has to provide. But those of us who are from this community, we grew up here, we've lived here, most of our lives, something like that is a huge attraction. That's like the circus coming to town, and they're not going to be leaving.
I truly believe that swimming is not just a quality of life, but a life skill that you have to learn and master. We believe that every child or every person should know how to swim. If you don't know how to swim, you're missing out on, obviously, aquatics fun, play, interaction with just the community in itself. Definitely something that is needed in the city of Mountain Home.
One of the biggest causes or risks for kids is drowning. And it's a huge deal. And so it's really important that kids have an opportunity to learn to swim. My kids were able to have a swimming facility and they took swimming lessons. And then as we've spent time, boating and fishing and water skiing and those sorts of things, they've been able to do that. But I think it's really, really important for kids to have that opportunity to learn to swim, to prevent some tragedies and things like that happens.
I know we have had many fatalities in our rivers in a lot of our upper country. It seems to be a yearly event.
I've known people who've come close to drowning, but it's really scary, and all of it could have been avoided if they just known a little bit more.
The commissioners as a whole, one of the number one priorities that they have is the overall health of the community, preserving our way of life, maintaining our elderly folks all the way down to our school children. And currently, there's not a facility anywhere that they can use. And the importance of having something as significant as this structure is and access to it year-round is huge benefit to all citizens.
I was a scout leader for many, many years, and I took kids to camp, and we were constantly trying to figure out ways to make sure that the boys knew how to swim and that they had those opportunities and having facilities to be able to do that. In fact, I've taken kids, in the wintertime, I've had to take them to Boise to do swim checks and to do preparation stuff because we didn't have a facility that was open in Mountain Home at the time. So this just creates opportunities to do some of those things rather than having to go somewhere else and take the kids somewhere else to do that.
This aquatic center will have, compared to the base pool, at least 2 more lanes compared to the usual 4, and it will definitely provide much more traction on the walls.
So I just heard that this new pool is gonna have a big slide, and we're excited for the slide because we like sometimes doing races. Sometimes we see how fast we can get down the slide. Sometimes we go down at different angles or act like we're different animals going down the slide, or we see if we can do like the best ending at the end, like our biggest splash at the end of the slide. Those are all fun things we do.
It's another learning tool for kids at an early age.
Being able to have access year-round, especially to the schools and to the younger folks, I think, being able to compete in sports, being able to have many different events, there's a lot of things that currently our children don't have access to or can't even compete in just due to the fact that there's nothing available.
The high school is 2 blocks away. They already walk to the track, which is right across the street for track and field. Our football games are played right across the street, and so it would be super convenient.
A pool is a great entry point for individuals getting back into moving. A lot of times pain keeps us from moving, and Our bodies are meant to move, and when we stop moving, our life stops, and our quality of life goes down. And we probably all have family members, or we know someone that that's probably happened to.
I was 15 years old, and I was almost 16 years old, and I had a wonderful life. And then the epidemic came, and a lot of people were hit by the polio. A lot of people died, but I survived it. But the aquatic exercise is just like a miracle, because I can do anything. I can even dance a little. But on dry land, I'm just about helpless, and it's come to that.
My mobility is much easier in the pool because I can just flow and be able to move freely in the water without restrictions on my body.
And I know the Aquatic Center would really help me completely, and I would expect to even be able to walk short distances without aid of a cane or any kind of device.
A pool can be a great benefit to those individuals, can be helpful in getting them to move again and feel comfortable again. And that's probably one of the greatest parts of having a community pool, is that having somewhere to go and move, that's community health, motion, and locations where we can be together while living life still and not stopping.
Our kids need things to do here in this town, and this would be another option for them. It's close, they could walk here, and it would just be another outlet for them to do healthy things outside of school.
We're excited for this one because it's only a few minutes away from our house. We can just zip over to the pool whenever we feel like it.
Right now, there's not a whole lot, and so they're going to Boise, they're going to different places to do that, and so it would be beneficial in that way.
Our city has grown quite considerably since I took office. In 2016, I think we had a population of about 13,600 to now we're over 16,000 people and growing.
As Mountain Home becomes more livable, then the people who move here, there's a greater desire for people to move here. You have greater diversity, and finding people who maybe have experience that could work in my business, they would have more of a desire to move here and be here. And I would hope that it would create better opportunities for me to find people who are experienced to work in my business, to come and help in my office. So as you improve the livability in Mountain Home and you improve those opportunities for recreation, for family gatherings and things like that, it helps the growth, and it helps there to be positive growth in the community.
We don't want people to have to always leave Mountain Home to experience great amenities. Bringing that to our community is actually going to be one of those things that keeps families here in our community.
People want a chance to go do something, they'll leave our community. They'll go somewhere else, and that takes their dollars for other things, food, entertainment, other things. It's leaving the community rather than staying here in Mountain Home.
People actually look for things for their employees to do. And so having a recreational facility that's an aquatic facility that's open year-round is something that's huge when we're trying to ascertain other companies to come to Mountain Home. It's like a golf course, it's like a library. Year-round aquatic facility is something that's going to be huge for economic development here in the future.
Currently, there's not a facility anywhere that they can use, and the importance of having something as significant as this structure is and access to it year-round is huge benefit to all citizens.
So as you improve the livability in Mountain Home and you improve those opportunities for recreation, for family gatherings and things like that, it helps the growth, and it helps there to be positive growth in the community.